Hi guys, so this is Bola here, and I'm the host on this channel, the Immigrant Nurse. And today we have somebody special in our midst, in person of Odinaka. Odinaka is a nurse, and she's currently a lecturer in the United Kingdom. So she'll be giving us information about how she was able to achieve this great feat. She used to work in bedside before, then she moved to academia and she's now a lecturer. So she'll be giving us ideas on how she went about it and what she did differently. And now it can also help you to achieve your academia goals if you have plans to switch from bedside. So stick with me, don't go anywhere. So Hodinaka, it's good to have you here. And thank you for doing this. I literally had to enter your LinkedIn DM and I'm like, I know Odinaka, even though Odinaka and I don't usually talk. You guys, Odinaka is we went to the same university, University of Ibadan, and she was my senior in university. So of course I've been following her on LinkedIn for a while. Then I saw her post on how she transitioned into academia, and that is not something that is easy to come by because yeah, people do practice educator, they do teaching, but it's not like in the university. Like that's a big deal as far as I'm concerned. And the university she's lecturing in is not just one behind the door. It's like a big school, if you understand what I mean. So I'm like, that's really, really something admirable. And I know that a lot of people will be interested in, achieving such, and they will be like, is this really possible in UK? Especially when you're an immigrant. People will be like, can you do this? So yeah. Odina, can tell us a little about your background.
Okay, so my degree was from UI. I went to school with with Paula. Definitely, she already exposed that. So I finished in 2016 from University of Ibadan in Nigeria, and then service, the service shenanigans. Then after that, I came back to UI again for masters.
Yeah, true.
was
Odinaka supervised me in one of the exams. She was she was my vigilator at some point.
Yeah, so I basically came back for that master's in nursing. Well, I came back because it was sponsored also. I mean, how much
Yeah.
did you earn in service to
Wait,
come back?
wait. You don't want to show yourself. Me, I'll tell people about it. Odinaka finished with first class, you guys. She's one of the best graduating students
Please,
in UI
please.
back then.
I
So, and the culture is if you finish with first class in UI, you have to come back. Like, if you want to come back for your master's, it's going to be on scholarship. So, yeah, she got that scholarship. She's a very brilliant person. So, continue.
okay. Yeah, so I basically came back because of that, and also because I was interested in forging. So I because I did the masters in nursing from 2018, and all the strikes and everything. So I actually graduated when I think I graduated. My graduation was in 2021 eventually, but within the time I was also doing that, I got another scholarship, the Pan African University Scholarship, for another master's. So, you know, I started the other master's too. So
So, you
basically, I
did
was,
two masters
yeah,
alongside. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh,
So basically,
okay.
I was doing the both of them together. I had already finished coursework on the other one, so it was basically
Which one?
easier.
The
Then
UIA. Oh,
UI masters, yes. So it was
okay.
basically easy to manage both of them, right? Yeah. So I have a master's from University of Ibadan, master's in nursing, and I have a master's in reproductive health from Pan African University. Yeah, and along the line, during my master's to join my master's in nursing, I within a lag period, I worked shortly at a private hospital in Ibadan, right? And after that, I also worked in Leeds City University as a clinical
Oh,
instructor. Yeah, so I
mm.
worked as a clinical nurse at a private hospital in Ibadan. Then I transitioned to Leeds City University to work as a clinical instructor before I came to United Kingdom.
Okay, so when did you arrive in United Kingdom?
I came August 2021. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, wow. And you
yeah,
became a lecturer 2022.
yeah.
Oh wow. That's let me just keep quiet. That's really impressive. Wow. So you came into the UK through the whole process of band five, did your
Yeah,
OSCE, CBT and all of that.
yeah.
Oh nice. So how did you come across this opportunity to transition into academics?
Well, basically, I have always known that I don't know. I mean, clinicals are it's challenging, but I knew I haven't always wanted to be permanently in clinicals, right? So when I came in after OSCE, I started thinking about ways that I could, um, get into something else. So I started applying. I started applying for practice development nurse roles. Yeah, because when I asked around, it felt like it was easier to do.
You
But then at the same time, I started looking out for universities, and I saw their requirements, and I was like, I have all this. I have all this. So that way I started also searching for roles at universities, just to because I had all the requirements, I started searching for those roles, and then I set up a LinkedIn job alert. That
okay.
was very, very instrumental. So I set up this job alert to inform me of jobs in universities.
Vacancies.
Yeah, yeah. So basically every day I would have this alert. I would note them down and then read all the requirements and basically apply. I was just dropping applications everywhere.
So you used LinkedIn for your application, basically.
Yes,
Just LinkedIn.
I did. Yeah, it was mainly LinkedIn. Honestly, it was mainly LinkedIn because um the only other things I did was to go to some university websites to check, right? But
Oh,
when LinkedIn gives me the alert, I go to their website and also to check. So it was majorly LinkedIn.
when did you become a lecturer?
October 2022.
Okay, between August 2021 and October 2022, did you have to do any training or course in UK in relation to your lecturing pursuits?
No, no.
So,
I because of the requirements actually the person specification and job description. It doesn't really include that you have to do any training in the UK, right? The only thing it says is you have to have a master's, right, and have the fair mix of experience, whether it's in academia or practice, to be able to teach or lecture in the UK, and then also the commitment to get a UK teaching qualification. So I didn't
oh,
have to do any special training.
oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive. So even if you had not had a clinical instructor experience, you could have still gotten the chance.
Yeah, probably, but well, skills are transferable, right? The fact
Yeah,
that I had taught in university before, even as a clinical
yeah.
instructor. I know it must have been instrumental, and also research, very, very.
Research. Oh, okay. So when you say research, how do you mean?
Uh, by the time I was applying for the role, I had conducted so many researches, right,
Okay.
that supported my application. So,
Are you talking
academic,
about publications?
yeah, publication, yeah, publications.
Okay.
So
Okay.
academia requires, of course, it requires that you're an active researcher, right? Even though
Okay.
it's not compulsory, but academia always requires that you're an active researcher also. So by that time I had already published a few papers. So it just kind of stands you out, right?
Okay.
Maybe it gives you an edge over some other people that
Yeah.
also align with you, right? So if you've got this right mix of experience working, yeah, at the bedside, experience in research, and possibly
Yeah.
even the most minute experience teaching,
Yeah.
even teaching by the bedside, it's all part of it, really.
Oh, okay. 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 That makes sense. So, what was your interview like?
Hmm. Yeah, so that was actually my first interview. I had like three interviews
Oh.
from three different places. So it wasn't easy. That's the truth. I didn't get it at once. No, I didn't get it at once. I applied to like three or four schools, right? I got interviews for two, yeah, and then I got even for four. Eventually, I didn't attend the last one,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But the interviews are basically the same. You'd have to prepare a presentation because they would want to test whether you can be able to teach. So
Teach.
this particular one, the interview was really about teaching some undergraduate students. They'll give a certain topic, then with your interview email, they'll give you a certain topic. You go back and you prepare for it. Then you come back and during the interview you're supposed to teach, right? So they expected me to apply some teaching principles during the interview, and then after that session, just about 10 or 15 minutes of the interview time, then you go to the panel of four faculty members, right, who
Oh,
take turns to ask you questions, just like other normal interview, but
so the whole
you know,
process, the whole interview process took you about how many minutes?
about an hour.
About an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
So you have to keep talking from one stage to the other.
Yeah, just
That sounds like a lot.
no, it's not. You see, because I did like a few of them before, like when eventually
Okay.
when I was doing the other ones, I was like, yeah, come on guys, come on with the questions, I'm ready.
Okay. So can you give us an idea of what a day in your life is like as a lecturer? Because you're
Okay.
a lecturer now, you are not a tutor. If you get what I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
Being a lecturer, you have larger number of students to teach. So what is it like a regular day in your life? Do you have to go to work Monday to Friday? Opening times, is it like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, that kind of thing? What's it
Okay.
like?
Well, it's basically a 9 to 5 job, but this one is hybrid, so I don't have to go in every day. Certain days I'm working from home if there are papers to grade, and if there are some other administrative work or interviewing. So the truth is, no one day is the same because the roles of academics here it's a little bit different from what we have home. It's varied, right? So um, Monday, for example, you could be interviewing on a certain day, right? You
That
could be
is, you are
interviewing
interviewing students or
students, yes, prospective
oh,
students. Yeah.
okay, okay,
So it's part of the roles of the lecturer. So you could be interviewing for an entire day, or it could be grading paper. You could be visiting your students as a link lecturer at their different trusts, and
what does that
then
mean? Sorry,
uh
is it
yeah.
like
So
preceptor?
mm, well, it's not exactly the same, but all lecturers have the roles to visit their students at their clinical post placements. Yeah,
Okay,
so just drop in sessions with the students to know how they are faring at
okay,
their clinical placements. Yeah, so it's part of the roles of a lecturer. So it's varied, and then some other days it could be teaching, and also you've got time to prepare for what you're going to teach. So you've got your reading time,
to
yeah,
prepare.
to
Okay.
prepare for what you're going to teach.
Okay. So when you say that it's not the same exactly like Nigeria, in Nigeria, of course, Monday to Friday you have one class or the other to lecture. And so
Yeah.
what's your lecturing like? Do you have like, okay, let's say 100 level to 500 level, for example, you are lecturing like 300 level to 500 level or 200 level to what was it like
Okay, so
in the
basically
UK
yeah.
setting?
So basically, they've got the BSc students, and then they've got the foundation year students, the nursing associates, right?
Oh,
So these are two different groups of students. So you could either be teaching the nursing associates, or you could be teaching the BSc students. And then every lecturer, as a lecturer, you're supposed to teach one module, right?
okay.
But senior lecturers teach in two modules. Basically, they're module leaders for two modules. So as a lecturer, I'm module lead for one module, and that module could be for students in level five, right? So it's for students in one level. So it's basically they have two intakes per year. They've got
Okay.
the which one? They've got the March intake and the September intake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that means that you're going to have to teach your module for two times a year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's fair.
Oh, well, well, at the same time, there's other
It
things for
doesn't
you.
sound bulky.
Oh, it's bulky. It is bulky because you also have to assist other lecturers. If other
Okay.
lecturers need people to assist in their module, you should also assist them. Then you should also support with skills. skills
I think
teaching. We're
I
all
think
nurses.
supporting is a big deal in UK because even on the ward, if you are working and somebody needs help and you are kind of a little less busy in your bay, they will expect you to leave and go assist the
Yeah,
other
definitely, definitely.
people.
Everyone is. I mean, everyone has to support one another because, and the intakes in the school is quite high. So,
So, like on an average, what's the number of students you get to teach?
it depends on the cohort, and it depends on the stream they came in with. Basically, the major cohorts are usually large, more than 100 students.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah.
The next question is how can people have access to this kind of opportunity? I know you already said okay, LinkedIn helped you then because you have previous experience. So let's say that somebody like me, I don't have experience as a teacher, but I've had years of experience as a nurse in clinical setting. I've done some administrative role as well,
Mm.
and I'm tired of bedside. I want to transition into academia. I currently I'm going Am I supposed to be saying this to my YouTube? I don't know, but I'm currently doing a master's degree at the
Yeah.
moment in UK. So let's say I feel like I want to transition into academics. What do you think I should do differently?
Well, the interest first, right? If you're already interested in academics, I mean, got you've got the say the proportionate experience because they also consider experience. You do need a whole lot of experience to be able to translate that to a classroom, right? But you also have to meet the minimum requirements of having the masters, which is fine. And then basically looking out for those opportunities.
And I'm
So
teaching on YouTube as well. Does that
yes,
count?
well, you're able to demonstrate that you're teaching students on the word, which is also part of it, right?
And I think
The-
naturally I teach people on the work because students
Yeah,
come for clinical
yeah,
placements
yeah.
and they assign them to me. So I can use that to pitch myself.
Definitely, that's part of it. That's part of it. It's a world where we can basically translate our experiences to other fields. So anywhere you want to go, your skills are transferable, right? What you've learned in nursing is transferable, and if you're able to transfer that knowledge, I mean, or that's skills into an application. Definitely, definitely.
You're
So I think the minimum requirements, getting the minimum requirements is very important to start with, and then keeping maybe getting job alerts through LinkedIn or searching university websites because there are always vacancies, right?
oh, okay.
Or searching the university websites to see
What's
to see
available?
yeah, to see the vacancies they have.
So talking about job application now, I don't know what it was like for you, but for me it was crazy. I had to do hundreds of application
Yeah.
before I eventually got one. I mean, coming from Nigeria to UK. So if you're like when you applied for your job from bedside to academic, did you have to go through that stress of putting out so many applications before you eventually got interview slots? I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, 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 I do. I do. Okay, the first job I applied for, I actually got an interview, but I didn't get the job. Oh my god, I was devastated. I was like, no, is this really for me? This cannot be the playback of what we experienced when we were coming here. But I mean, I would go to work and during my break, I'm like, do you still want to be here?
I
No,
know, I know the feeling.
then you can go and apply again. So that was basically the push. I was, constantly, I reminded myself that this is something I can do. I've got what it takes. Let me just keep putting out the applications. So I didn't have to. I mean, I didn't have to apply for hundreds. I think I think I applied for maybe 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Applied for about 7 or 8, and I got interview for about 4.
Okay. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions, but
It's
people
okay.
will definitely find it helpful. For your application, you know that for bedside, like NHS, you have to do supporting information and write a lot of stories about why you should be employed. Is it
Mm.
like that also for academics?
Yes, yes, it is. It is. It's also part of it. You've got to write why you want the job. And
That's
why you
crazy.
think you want to get the job.
Okay. The next question I want to ask is it classification I'll call it now? You know, for NHS bedside, you do band 5, band 6, band 7. What's it like in academics and what's the salary range like compared to bedside as well?
Well, what is the equivalent to in NHS? I'm trying to really get what is equivalent to, but I think it will be a band seven.
Sorry,
If
like
we're
you're
trying
starting
to
out.
equate it to NHS, I think it should be a band seven. Is it band seven or band, like starting off as a lecturer, because they don't in Northern at least they don't have assistant lecturers, so you start off as a lecturer
Oh,
around seven. But I also work in London, so it's with the London rates anyway. It's a bit higher,
it make more sense.
a bit
Mm.
higher. Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's say, as a lecturer now, if you are getting promoted, you get promoted to what? A senior lecturer?
Yeah, so from lecturer to senior lecturer. Yeah,
Then from
yeah.
senior lecturer
So
to
associate professor.
oh, that sounds better than assistant lecturer, lecturer two, lecturer one. You get my gist. And you have to labor before you become. Ah, no, no, that's better. That sounds better.
So
Yes, I,
yeah, yeah. Basically, if you've got the experience, right? If I wanted to maybe change jobs and I think I've got the right experience, I can apply for a senior lecturer role. Yeah. So it's something you can apply directly for if you think you're qualified.
that makes a lot of sense. Because
Yeah.
what I'm used to is you even have to start as a clinical instructor
No. Oh, the thing is,
before
all
you
staff
now struggle to climb that ladder of
all
becoming a
staff in our
lecturer.
department have to support skills. They've got lecturers in clinical skills and simulation, but everybody still has to support skills because we're all nurses, right?
Yeah,
You should know your skills.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That sounds really, really great. Hmm. That salary enter my Aisha. Because you don't have to carry commode. Like
Well,
okay.
okay, okay. Mm.
So you have to change location.
Yes, I had to sadly change
Okay, so
location.
sorry. I have to divert a little bit now. And I'm sorry I did not prepare you for this. It just
Mhm.
crossed my mind to ask. So you having to change jobs and change location. That means you had to change your sponsorship.
Yes, yes. So
So can you tell us a little about that?
yeah, so it's you know, for you to change job in the UK and for you to change your sponsor, you have to change your visa. So I basically had to apply for another visa, right? But this job, the NHS job gave us 3 years visas. I think it's almost the same for everyone. But this one's they gave a 5 year visa, right?
So you don't even
Oh,
have to go through the headache of oh my
it's
god.
the same.
Ah,
But it's the same now.
how
It's basically the same.
is it
That
the same?
after the 3 years, I would have still had to apply for another visa, an extension of
But
the
this
3 years.
one is a 5 year visa,
It's
right?
a fake.
By that time you would have had your ILR. You'll be counting towards citizenship. You don't have to renew visa. Do you understand?
Yeah, but basically had to apply for another one. But another thing is, you must be prepared for depending on the school anyway, if they're willing to sponsor you. So if you're not that desperate to leave bedside, and you can try and look for people that will sponsor your visa. They'll sponsor your visa application and sponsor your payment of IHS, because when you change from the NHS to academia, you're actually changing from the health and care visa to a skilled worker visa. And if you're on a
Yeah,
skilled worker visa, you need to pay the immigration health surcharge, right,
true. True.
by yourself if
Yeah.
your employer is not sponsoring, right? And it's a
Yeah.
whole lot. It's some
So
amount.
you have to find an employer that will sponsor that IHS fee.
Yes, yes, yes. So if your employer is willing to sponsor it, then that would be better. And the visa is expensive also. It's more expensive than the health and social care visa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So when you were applying, did you see any indication that yours came with sponsorship, or you had to tell them after the interview?
After the what? The
Interview,
oh
like after
okay.
you got the offer
After the
letter, was
job is after the job interview.
yeah. Like at what point did you know that this job was coming with sponsorship?
Well, I basically asked them during the interview. I told
Okay,
them when you're applying, you have to state your status. Then I basically asked them about it during the interview because
okay.
we don't want to. I mean,
Yeah,
we need sponsorship to work here, so don't take chances.
yeah, yeah. That's what I wanted to clarify. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Congratulations again. So how has it been settling into the role and I believe you've settled much better.
Yeah, yeah, I've actually said it much better, much better. But just like every new thing, there'll be challenges. There'll be so many things to learn. Just like coming into the NHS the first time, we knew how it was for everyone. Just it's a process, going through that process. But I'm way better now. At least I know. I basically know so many things now that I didn't know a few months ago, and it's all round of learning for me.
Okay, so is there also opportunity for CPD, like continuous professional development in?
Yeah. There are always courses for the university in the university, right? For you to just attend and get CPD, and then the university eventually have to sponsor my fellowship. My PG There's a PG set program that I have to do a teaching
Oh,
fellowship, so they have to sponsor it. Like I said, you don't have to have that to apply to the UK. So I didn't have to have that, but the university must be they must be able to sponsor it at least within 1 year of my being in the role.
well,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
So it's this fellow of
thank-
higher education.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much, Odinaka. I really, really appreciate. I know it was a lot of back and forth, and
I
thank you
know.
for spending time
It,
to do this. Thank you so
it
much.
made me, yeah, that's all
Yeah.
right.
Finally, it happened. Thank you so much. I appreciate. So, yeah, guys, I know you've learned one or two things. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have other questions, please leave it in the comments. And I believe what the Naka will find time to respond to you guys. Once the video is out, I will also share the link with you as well so that you can be informed about it. Thank you so much for coming. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.